Every time you scroll through your feed, something invisible is happening beneath the surface. The algorithm is not just watching what you like or share. It is studying the rhythm of your behavior. It knows when you wake up, what you reach for first, and how long you linger on certain types of content before moving on. This is not science fiction. This is the monetization engine that powers the biggest platforms on the planet. And it is far more sophisticated than most people realize. Let me explain you. The algorithm has essentially built a digital mirror of who you are, and it uses that mirror to show you exactly what it wants you to buy next. Habit loops and behavioral fingerprints. Here is where it gets fascinating. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube do not just track your clicks. They track your hesitations. They track the half-second pause before you keep scrolling. They track whether you watch the video at full volume or muted it. They track the time of the day you engage with fitness content versus food content versus fashion content. Over time, these microsignals build what researchers call a behavioral fingerprint. This is a unique pattern that is almost as specific to you as your actual fingerprint. And once the algorithm has that fingerprint locked in, it begins matching it against purchasing patterns from millions of other users who share similar habits. If someone with your exact behavioral fingerprint bought a specific brand of running shoes after watching 3 motivational workout videos on a Tuesday morning, the algorithm now knows to serve you that same brand of running shoes the next Tuesday morning after, guess what? Your 3rd motivational video. The precision here is not accidental. It is engineered. The emotional timing strategy. Timing is everything in sales, and the algorithm understands this better than any human salesperson ever could. It has identified specific emotional windows. These are the moments in your scrolling session when you are most vulnerable to making a purchase decision. These windows often occur right after you have consumed content that make you feel inspired, inadequate, or entertained. Think about it. If you just watched a transformation video, you are feeling motivated and slightly self-conscious at the same time. That is exactly the moment the algorithm slides in a sponsored product that promises to accelerate your own transformation. This is not a coincidence. It is a calculated emotional trigger, and it works because the platform has tested this sequence across hundreds of millions of users and refined it down to a near-perfect science. The content you enjoy for free is essentially the bait, and the sponsored content that follows is the hook. The scarcity and social proof engine. Beyond emotional timing, the algorithm also leverages 2 of the most powerful psychological forces in consumer behavior: scarcity and social proof. When you see that a product has been viewed by thousands of people in your demographic, or that a limited edition item is almost sold out, those signals are not always organic. They are often strategically amplified by the platform to create urgency. The algorithm knows that humans are wired to want what other people want, and it exploits the wiring with surgical precision. It surfaces products that are trending within your specific interests cluster, making you feel like you are discovering something everyone in your world already knows about. That feeling of being slightly behind the curve is intentional. It nudges you toward action. Now, how do you get back control of your feed? Understanding how this system works is the first step toward navigating it on your own terms. The algorithm is not inherently evil. It is simply optimized for engagement and revenue. But when you become aware of the emotional windows it targets, the behavioral fingerprints it builds, and the psychological triggers it deploys, here's when you gain a significant advantage. You can start to notice the moment a piece of content shifts from entertainment to persuasion. You can pause before making impulse purchases and ask yourself whether the desire you are feeling is genuinely yours or whether it was carefully engineered by a system that has been studying you for years. Practical steps. Include regularly clearing your watch history, diversifying the type of content you engage with, and deliberately interacting with content outside your usual patterns. This disrupts the fingerprint and forces the algorithm to recalibrate. You will never fully escape the system, we know, because it is too deeply embedded in the platforms we use every day. But I want you to become a more conscious participant in it. That awareness alone changes the entire dynamic between you and the machine, and that has been quietly learning everything about you. In part 3, we're going inside the psychological techniques, the specific design patterns borrowed from behavioral science and casino engineering that make these systems so difficult to put down. Because knowing the business model is only half the picture, the other half is understanding what they built with that money, and it is more sophisticated than most people realize. Subscribe and stay close. Hope this content was helpful, because I really want to create a new conscious.